do, do, do. Go. Hero, welcome in. How is the rest of Monday, rather? How's the rest of Monday going? Not Friday. Why did I say Friday? I have no idea. No idea why I just said that. Okay, I think I'm set up now. Yeah, I'm probably a little behind because I haven't been streaming as much this month. I probably would have made it without a big wave. Probably be a little behind, but I might make it. Depends on how I get them. Could get. Sometimes I get like a big amount of bonus. Who knows? K-Fight! Welcome. Big Boss here. I forgot to tell you to hit reset to start the game. Well, we just started this one, so Big Boss is correct this time. Welcome in. Okay, wait. Okay, so this has back and forward guns. What the hell? Looks cool. I just learned about this one, so we'll see how... I don't trust that. But how is everyone's Monday? It's alright, you know how crappy it's been, so I decided to do some hardware therapy, find some new GPU. Nice. Heard hardware therapy is expensive. It can be, that's for sure. Dude, how have I never heard this game? This seems good. So can I touch that? Okay, I can. Oh, I have a laser. Has anyone ever heard of Over Horizon before? K-Fight, have you heard of Over Horizon? This game. It plays really well. Seems to have good music. Seems to have a cool style to it. Kind of reminds me of Zero Wing, honestly. What the hell? Oh, that sucked. That was unfortunate. Okay, where are my lives? I don't seem to have a life bar. Yes, I did. I just found out about this game. I didn't even know existed. I was just looking at some other shmups or so. Because I figured a couple of games I had in my mind were shmup, so I'd be like, hey, we can make it a day where I have shmup-type games. Whoa. Whoa. Nope, I want that. Let me kill it. No! In passing, I haven't played it. I always thought it was Fantasy Zone. It does have a Fantasy Zone look to it, but it doesn't play like Fantasy Zone. There we go, finally. Don't want that. Nope, apparently I'm getting it. Want a different weapon. It's not strong enough for those things. Woke up like 4 in the morning, ended up watching a 6-hour complete history on Metal Gear. You watching... What? I walked through the vines before. What? Knock off! Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Raiders. How are we doing? How did stream go? How did I... Were you doing Street Fighter knockoff? Thank you for handling the shout-out, hero. Welcome in, Slow Door. Thanks for the follow. Stream is good. Server maintenance was rude. Oh no! So, like, you guys couldn't play anything because of the server updates? That's no fun. Got Centipede Dragon! And I have a basic gun because I lost. Wait, does it tell me how many lives? I think I have 1 life left. I think that's what's happening. Die, die, die. I need to shoot faster. Can I shoot fast here? I don't know. Seems like maybe I can shoot faster if I'm, like, really close. Uh-oh. Oh, I'm safe there. Well, if I wasn't safe there, I was definitely dead. We blew up a brain vine alien. Nice! Fun lounge while you could. Had a good stream. I gotta eat, but I'll hopefully hop back in later. Okay. No problem. Thanks for the raid, as always. How's it feel to stoop down to my level and partake in my nonsense? Wonder if this has unlimited continues, limited lives. Dude, imagine if this just has like 3 lives. Holy crap. It's awesome so far, though. Like, seriously, no. How did I not know of this game until now? I don't trust that. Like, for an NES game, like, there's another one that's on my list, because there's ones I've never played before. Super Star Soldier series. Most of them are on the Turbo Graphics. But they had an NES one. Now, that one, the NES one, doesn't... Oh, whoops. Did not mean to do that. Okay, we're about to find out. Okay, we have the continue from here, so I assume it's unlimited continues. Oh, there goes continue. Easy reach. Hero goes so crazy with his bus, he can't possibly self-burn. Everything's a self-burn to Hero. I have the weekend from hell, so I'm in rare form. Hopefully, though, your upcoming weeks are going to be better. I do hope that goes well for you here. But yeah, as I was saying, with the Star Soldier ones that I saw, the first one doesn't look that great. The other ones look amazing, though. Whereas this looks better than most of the shmups on NES I've ever seen. Okay, I literally would have gotten an extra 1-up if I had not died there. Oh well, we don't need the 1cc. It's a shmup that I've never played. Low chance of 1cc in most cases on a first run. I'm taking a risk here. Okay, I can. I'm not sure what I can move through and can't move through. Maybe I can move through anything. I just don't think I... Uh-oh. As long as I'm relying on June 2nd, things are going to be great. Street Fighter 6. At some point in the week, if you guys want to boot up Fightcade and play some Alpha 3 or something. Possible. I don't know much about early Street Fighter. Like I said, fighting games are my least experienced genre. I'll play with it. You'll definitely kick my ass. I have no problem with that either. Oh, that's scary. So, I don't know, like... I assume Vega was in Alpha 3. I don't know if he plays anywhere similarly to the Street Fighter 5 version of Vega. Otherwise, I'll do even worse, probably. And they don't have like any of that stupid V skill stuff in Street Fighter Alpha 3, right? Like you can use all your skills, it's just the power bar, I assume, in Alpha 3. Because that's my annoyance with 5, is you have the V skill bar. I don't like that. I just want to use skills and only want like the specials, where I use the special bar for when I use specials or powered up forms. I don't like using V skill bar for whatever reason. Just have 3, okay. Whoa. Thought I was gonna die there. What the hell? This might have been a bad choice. Nope, maybe it wasn't. No! Oh, I was trying to get up there. And I lost my laser. Feels bad. Okay, so those things I just have to wait for them to open up, apparently. There's just a timer on them. Roy, welcome in. How's your Monday going? Also teaches neutral extremely well. Nice. Why did I go up? What the hell? He's a puzzle boss? Okay, let's just stay in the center. Nope, can't stay in the center. Oh, he's weak at the back. He can't do anything if I'm behind him. Well, he might be able to, actually. I don't trust that. There we go. Stage 2 done. This game's awesome. The personal kid. Kinda looks like the Mad logo from Inspector Gadget. Been a while since I thought about Inspector Gadget, but you could be right. See, this is why people need to play games, take a risk, and play games they have not heard about as the big popular thing. Because this game is for NES. I mean, like, obviously not to Super NES, but NES standards, crazy good. Like, I've barely played it and everything about it feels right. Oh, I see what I have to do. That's interesting. Uh-oh. Oh, they only bounce. They keep going forward and then bounce. I see. I'm sure I'll play Cotton at some point. Well, the Cotton games, I should say, not just Cotton, because there are obviously many Cottons. Pingo! Welcome in. How is your Monday going? No, I want that. I want that. No, I can't get to it. This game, I'm actually going to say what this game reminds me. This game reminds me of if Gradius were good. So, Mixer isn't the only one who doesn't like Gradius. I don't particularly care for Gradius. I don't like its option system. I'm noticing it has some of the same sort of like enemies, like these turret things, the ice movement, the breakthrough walls as Gradius. But you don't have to do that stupid option system. You break things like a normal shmup, see, like that. Those ice things, I remember things like that in Gradius for ice stuff. I crushed them. And crushed them. But it's better. So see, this is something that would probably really Mixer would like. For a shmup. Because you'd get the same feeling, but you wouldn't be dealing with the option system. Having a chill Monday deciding what to play. Yeah, sometimes picking a game to play is always the hard part. Always the hard part figuring out. They did with Cho Dame Journal, it's not a very popular game. It talked about a lot like Castlevania Symphony of the Night or Final Fantasy VII or Ocarina of Time. Yeah. Like, I love those games, mind you, but there's so many more games. It's like, give it a shot. Play a couple. Not just even the rare ones, because sometimes then people go into like the, oh, this is a rare game, but they saw like 4 people play it. It's like, okay, that is a rarer game, but you saw 4 people play it because they decided to go on to a thing. So find some games that you think, I don't know, it looks cool. Try it out. You might like it. You might impressed. I get impressed quite a bit with games. I'd like. I'm just fine if the game is easier. I mean, yeah, if you had like a easier game with Gradius, but your speed is terrible when you die, and your pea shooter's terrible. So until you get a weapon, a speed upgrade and a weapon upgrade, you're doing nothing in Gradius. Now, if they were upgraded once each time, I remember talking with Vance about it, it's like, maybe it wouldn't matter as much, but they underleveled your speed and weapon at a depth too much. Proto 7 is like a 7 out of 10 difficult versus Gradius at like an 8 or so. Yeah, I could see that. I haven't touched really the Protea series ones, so I'll probably give those a go at some point. But I have heard people like those ones better. I think I tried one of them for like one stage, and it did feel a little better. So I don't know if that's universal to them. Gulor, welcome in. This is a cool shooter. And I just learned about it because I was like, huh, are there any cool shmup games? Because I have a few shmup games that seem kind of cool. Maybe I want to play a bunch of them. So is there any ones that I haven't thought of yet, or something I could find in the middle of nowhere that you never hear about? And this was it, and I saw the game, it's like, this looks really cool. Just from like what little I saw of it, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it a shot. Let's see how it pans out. And it's amazing so far. For NES, are you kidding me? This is phenomenal. Also, welcome in, Lulor. How is your Monday going? You love Proteus? Whoa, this thing got fast. Uh-oh. 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 There we go. That was a cool boss. Look at that. Look at that. 2 little homing spikes that keep turning. You still have like the aim ice break. You can hit him from both sides, but you have to break into him, and he bounces all over the map. For NES, that's incredible. This is like playing more. I feel like I'm playing an SNES game, but it's NES. I'm not sure. I had it in a ROM list. I'm not sure if it came to the US or not. Or if it was just Japan and Europe or what. I just had the ROM and I'm like, hey, let's give it a shot. Also, welcome in Cloud and welcome in Goten. How's Monday going? Okay, so just JP in Germany. Like, yeah, it's like, but that's why I always go looking. Like, if I hear about a game that we didn't get, and it looks cool, I want to play it. Because I want to know if it's a game we should have gotten. And yes, we should have gotten this. We 100% should have gotten it. Dragon, welcome in. How's Monday going? Just had pizza? Nice. What type of pizza? I mean, I usually just primarily go cheese myself, but everyone has... Can I get an upgrade again? What's B? What the hell? Ooh. 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 Nope, don't want to die to those. This is like a mine gun. Don't like homing, so I'm not grabbing homing. Okay, so these things actually are not asteroids. These are enemies. Whoa! Whoa. Whoa, there's a lot of them. And they're strong. Damn, I can't kill these things. Not easily, anyways. Can I kill that? Apparently not. Spicy pizza? I don't think I've heard of spicy pizza. What's the contents of spicy pizza? Wow, everything in this stage has a hell of a lot of life. Holy crap. These you know what that reminds me of right there? The Ryger Arcadia. It looks like I'm attacking Ryger Arcadia spaceships that are shooting out fire. For those who've played Rygar. Yeah. The one that's actually, because you're not Rygar, it's Rygar. He's Ligar, though, I think is what they originally meant to call him. And I think I want to maybe, yeah, I think I like laser better. I did like the pierceness of that other thing, but it's not strong enough. That probably would have been good for the ice boss, would have been that spiky attack. The game originally started as a create your... Oh, I have a couple of those that I've had as ROMs. It's like Daizamon and something else that started in that same capacity. They have... It's an editor, but they have games. Well, this one... now let's try homing. With 3. I didn't like 1 homing, but maybe 3 homing will be better. And those actually have legit games in them, but they're an editor. There's an SNES one and an NES one. Developed change, but they kept some of the ideas. They did have an editor thing, but it seemed to be about where you place these little attachments I have. I could place them on a location. It let me choose. Like Supreme Pizza Dragon or just sausage and pepperoni. Spicy red sauce, banana peppers, and jalapeno. Whoa, what the hell? I have a feeling this thing's gonna start moving while it's shooting. Oh my! Uh-oh. Nope. I didn't mean to... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can't stay in the back there. Oh, I see how it works. He's just gonna keep moving. So there is safe space. I just need to pay attention. Oh, that was on... Oh, he's dead. Never mind. I'm good. Crisis Forward stayed exclusive to Japan as well and didn't get a release here in America, which sucks. Yeah, any game that is really good, like all the great battle games, Go-Go Ackman, some of the Power Rangers games that were the Sentai games in Japan, all those Sentai ones. There's a couple others that I'm not thinking off the top of my head. Rapid Reload, Gunner's Heaven. Rapid Reload was its name in Europe with the limited lives, and Gunner's Heaven its original name with unlimited lives. And we played that, and that was an awesome game. Like, what the hell? And I just showed that to Ryan today, and he was loving it. It's like, why the hell do we not get certain awesome... Wow, that was close. I almost died. Ooh, so this pushes me down. Okay. Nope. Put that... I think B stands for bomb is what it is. Because it's hitting him multiple... Okay, yeah, it's hitting him multiple times. Okay, now I'm playing Zombie Nation. It's like pushing me down in the water. Like Zombie Nation is. Yeah, but they're awesome games. Who cares if they're anime? Nope. Nope. Want that one. In fact, we somehow got Kendo Rage and Fire. Yeah! Like, those are even more anime than... some... Like, Great Battle is chibi robots, but... I don't know if I'd call them standard anime. They're more like Funko Pops, kind of. Okay, we're going to be fighting in the water. They didn't think... Yeah, but still, they're awesome. Okay, I can't hurt this guy in the front. That's... Uh-oh. Can't hurt those. Wow, I'm so slow in the water. And those things can move fast. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. Don't kill me. Wow, this boss. The fact that I can't move quickly in this stuff. When I'm not dead at least. Nope, dying there. Dude, this is actually probably the first semi-tough boss. Actually, it is the first real tough boss. Don't have mobility. And those bubbles are faster than me. They move around randomly. And he moves faster than I do. Holy crap. No, I'm trying to kill you. Okay, I think I just have to be not greedy. I have to take this guy slow. There's no timer, so I don't have to worry about that with this guy. Funny thing is, which is strange, is Ghost in the Shell did terrible in Japan, but did good in America. I always found kind of hilarious. Oh, I want to kill him. Okay, he's dead. Okay, we know the secret to him, you just don't want to be greedy. Wanna know a game I'm shocked we didn't get? Astro Go-Go. Is that an Astro Boy game? Or something completely unrelated? That was dumb of me. But at least we got to the next levels, so I can use the continue. Stage 5. Where was that at? I can't remember. I thought... Wait, was that a mini-boss? That might have actually been a mini-boss. What the hell? Yep, that was a mini boss. Okay. It's like single player F-Zero SNES, but Twitch Gaming puzzle tracks. Huh. Don't kill me, Mr. Bubbles. Mr. Bubbles. Come on. No, I wanted that. No. Oh, crap. Oh, come on. Really? Right there. Move too high. I wonder if I could just stay above him or below him and just dodge his front shots completely. It actually goes up and down, so actually now I think about probably not. Yeah, he's gonna go up and down, so that's a negative. You have to lead him because I'm so slow. Nope. Once it gets there, just dive out. Don't get greedy. Don't get greedy. Rabbit crabs. Oh. Can't reach him there. Nope. But there were also, now that you bring up racing, a number of race car games that were also Japan only. That were kind of Mario Kart-esque too. We could have gotten those, but we didn't. Don't shoot at me, Krabbykins. Not very nice of you. Yeah. It's too slow. It's a tiny bit too slow. There we go. Perfect. Got a number of hits on him. Ramon, welcome! How's your Monday going? And this is like a super... Imagine this guy with a timer. You didn't have upgrades on this guy with a timer. And doing this guy right. That would be a slow bet. Crap, too slow. Ah! K-car racing game would have been done. Yeah. Wish I could hurt this guy from the front. Can't complain. Good Monday at least. Okay. That's good to hear. Why can't I just be slightly faster than him so I can catch up if I'm too slow? Ooh, that was close. I got greedy, but I made it. The important thing. Have you ever seen Over Horizon, Ramon? I would imagine no. But I never know. Someone could have played it. I wonder if Tone does seen Over. Slow again. There we go. So we are not done this stage. There's still stage 5. Weapon upgrade, please, game. Kindly. Whoa. Oh no. No. Oh. Both paths would have led to the same. There we go. I feel like it was safer on the bottom, probably. There is a couple of games in the Star Soldier series that looked cool. Kinda a bit of similar coolness. Feel so it was like Super Star Soldier, Final Soldier. There's one other. I might not do all of the Star Soldier ones, but I have those. There's a thing called Whip Rush 2022 that looked kind of decent. From what little I saw. And there are some other ones. But some of them I just quickly looked like how long they were, because some of them, some shoot 'em ups can be, for even a standard victory, an hour and a half. Granted, a long play doesn't tell me anything, like a quick look at the time and a quick 30-second look at a game. Doesn't tell me much about it, doesn't tell me if it's hard, easy, so they can take a long time, but I pick games not based on difficulty, more just on time length and coolness factor. That's usually how I go about it. Boot up Astro Go-Go. Give it a look. Doing talking. Kind of trying to read while I'm looking at this. Find it interesting because of the camera and speed. What system was Astro Go-Go? Actually, though, if it's Japan only, I might not have the ROM. I noticed that the default ROMs I have, most of them weren't Japan, so sometimes I have to go looking for Japanese one. Nope, did not want to do. Really? I had one life left. Are you kidding me? Are you joking? Can't believe I just ran into that wall there. Wasn't focusing for half a second, and that did me bad. All it took. That was close. Oh, I wanted to get laser. Nah. Super Famicom? Ooh. Yeah. I mean, I'll still look, because it's possible I do have it, but usually I have to go looking for... Yeah, this is why I don't like homing. It's weak. I mean, with all of them, it's not that weak. There we go. Wrecked indeed. Now the other question I'm curious going to find out is how many stages in this game. Curious if they were able to fit a whole lot of unique levels with unique coding in this game, which would make this even more impressive. That's the case. I still can't hurt him with laser though. I doubt that. Go. See, my little buddies help me hit him. Can't really hit him on my own when I was close. Didn't want to lose the bullets. Why do I have to move as slow as last? Oh, they can even like block it. Oh, look at that. Look at that laser. Apparently block attacks. Be a thing if you didn't have it. I'll try to remember it for later. Just seeing a minute or two if you'd be interested. Yeah, like I said, if I have the ROM, I'll definitely give it a shot after this. Just for at least a quick second. I don't know how long the game is, so that might preclude it for now. But I could definitely, if it's good, then play it later. Oh, that was close. I'm scared there. There we go. He has to be dead, like almost dead, right? See how it is crabby? There we go. All my lives this time, so hopefully we can get to that other boss with all of them. Games all like Adventure on the 3 where you have to start at the beginning of the stage you were on after you lose all your lives. I mean, that's pretty common for a lot of NES games. I don't have a problem with it. Seems fine by me. As long as there's like a little bit of challenge to it, usually I prefer. I mean, I'll play anything, easy or hard. I just usually, if it's like Little Mermaid, where you can destroy that game, that's too easy. That's just thinking about the game title, and that's not even trying to make it difficult at that point. That's unfortunate. We're getting somewhere. I don't like this. Wow, that can kill you, I think. No, I got homing. Wow, it's literally shooting down. Okay, there we go. That wasn't fast enough. Hopefully that doesn't screw me with the boss. Unless you can continue and start exactly where you died. Oh, there's an upgrade. No, I want the upgrade. Oh, I'm not going to be able to get it. I'll put that in there. If any continues, they're impossible failed con as long as you keep trying. Wait, so it's just an arcade machine? They don't have, like, a staging checkpoint or anything? Not even at the boss? What the hell? Like, even R-Type just goes blisteringly difficult. Well, unless you're playing R-Type 1 and 2 with the limited continues. But gives you checkpoints throughout a stage. What the hell? That's basically in a home... Wow. I mean, that's... I mean, I don't dislike a game for that, but... it saddens me when that happens. This thing has a ton of health. Holy crap. Oh, those can't die to my... I have to shoot them myself. Okay, there he's dead. There we go. The idea to be content is to once you see the game, since the story shoot 'em up really deathless, so the game wants you to play it a lot. Oh, so you get like extra stages and bosses for 1cc? Or just an extra ending for 1cc? Stage 6. Going into a war field. What? That was close. Wow. Okay, this is a little bit of a good level, I think. No more sloppy play. Dude, but this is a perfect NES title. Wait, you shot that quickly? Why did you shoot that quickly? You didn't shoot that quickly before. I'm probably gonna have to start this level over. Wow, things are... This level jumped the shark. Everything is coming all over the place at like Mach 3. Oh my goodness. Well... Not that the story, she wouldn't have died, and the game has a cool as hell scoring system. Like, there's 5-minute story cuts in between each level or something. Get away from the edges. Yeah, I'm just not going near those things. Not going near the laser cannons. Not happening. Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him. There we go. Now we're safe. No, we're not. Those remind me of like the Metroid donuts. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, so those do work as Gradius style. So yeah, even more do with Gradius. I can hold them at bay. So if you edit placement, that would actually help for a run of this game, like change the position. Okay, oh, what's this? Mini boss? Do I go in there? Oh, I go in there. beating the final boss and beating the game is vastly different in Master Content, especially Content 2 on Saturn or Switch. Okay. Oh wow, now I'm moving through the level myself. Got a Krabby! Nope! I was not fast enough. My speed on this guy's too slow. Okay, I can't hurt him from that angle. Oh my goodness. Close one. Close one. Go. Go down, go down, go down. Okay, I think we have his number. But he's probably the mini-boss. This level is too short. He's not a mini-boss. That was close. No. Nope. Yikes. Ooh, that was close. Getting greedy on trying to kill. Okay, and then he's gonna do the big one after a single shot. Going down, yep. Then he's gonna go up here, okay. And then we have 3 or 4 shots, and then he does the bottom one. And he always goes to the top, and then he goes in the middle. Or down, rather. And then in the middle. Then we go over here. Okay. Easy. Okay, we know what this guy does now. Ba-boom. Crab it down. Now that has to be a mid-boss, right? Yeah. That's what I figured. There's no... There we go. I thought I wasn't going to be able to get that. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? That was a tight space. Okay, this level's scaring me with how tight its spaces are. I didn't see that! I didn't see it, I was trying to time. I should have just gone. I'm back on the outside of a battleship. Was this Rendering Ranger 2? Actually, I have the ROM for that. I know that's longer though, so probably more fit for a dedicated stream. But I haven't played that. And it looked cool when Sean was playing it. So I actually... No, not homing. I wanted laser. Do actually want to play that game. Nope. Like, if you told me this game was one of these, like, you know those indie games where people try and make, like, NES games or Genesis games and they put them in the cart, I would totally... Wait, how did I move those? Why is it so far apart? How did I move those? How come he's so high up now? I'm dead. Oh, I still have another one. back to the start of the stage. Need to stay back. Very cool, but it's very hard. Sonic to shoot 'em up. But it has such cool sound. I don't mind hard though. I like the Garuga. And that game messes with your damn head. In the sack, okay. Good night, cave fight. Some good sleep. It's like a helicopter. Oh, I can... Oh, I thought I could, like... I mean, I kind of can if I hit the buttons right. I can kind of shoot back in at the same time. Oh, that was close. How did I not kill him that time? Oh, damn it. You know, I should probably just kill myself here. Yeah, actually, let's just do that. I need those weapons for play from the stage. There we go. There we go. Two, 1, 2. That's how it is. 2, 1, 2. Just in case we have to do that again. Everything, the visuals, the feeling, like, obviously you can't tell how I'm playing, like, how it feels, but it's very responsive, very smooth gameplay. It's music, visuals, gameplay, level design, mechanics. The fact that you can even go into the editor and edit the position of these things. Somehow I moved them around last run as well. I don't know exactly what I have to do to hit an ace. Nope, he's gonna go down. Okay, he starts off with 3. And then he'll do the 4. And all the way down, and then middle. And then he does the 5th. That way. Yep. And he's gonna do the single. Go up. Okay. Hopefully I have enough attack power that he's gonna be dead in this, like, next circle around, because I have a lot more attack this time. Dang, he's still alive. You know, the fact that they have these little, like, choke points for the bosses. This would be an interesting one. It's shoot 'em up you could actually probably speed run. By that I don't mean it's going to be a super fast speed run, but there would be some competition there. Where you place the little things to get through the level, the bosses fastest after the levels. There we go. Mike, welcome in. Doing great. You want to see a good... Oh no, they got the homings. This is a good shmup for the NES, Mike. Just learned about it. I was looking for some titles and I had the wrong. It's actually really fantastic. I want one more upgrade for my laser. He's gonna come at me. There's that other upgrade I need. There we go. Oh, Jesus. This part is crazy. Wow, that is so much stronger. Rushfell, how's it going? How is your Monday? Banned! How dare you, sir? Have you ever seen this, Rushfell? Over Horizon for the NES. Fantastic shmup. And I've never seen or heard about it until now. And it existed. It's not one of those new age NES games. This is an older NES game. It was Germany and Japan only. I guess the best way to put it is it feels like Gradius if you didn't have to deal with the stupid option. No, we have a maze. Gonna go up. Not sure if that's gonna be right, but we're gonna go up. First time I've had to make a choice. Oh, those are those things. This stage doesn't play around. Holy crap. I have like the strongest weapon. Things are taking forever to kill. Can't hit him. Things will end well, I'm sure. Yeah, nothing wrong about alien things in a giant ship with warps. Oh no, not another tiny spot. Not with these guys. Ellie! Welcome, Raiders! Get to you in a second. Nope, don't kill me. Free falling. How did the rest of Super Mario Land go, Ellie? Welcome in, Phalanges, Beard Master. Oh, thanks for also giving the shout out, Roy. Free Needles. You beat it? Nice! GG's, Ellie. Thanks for the follow, Phalanges. So, are you going to do the Wario Land one next? Welcome in, Universe. Because that one's pretty good, too. I don't think I've ever done a playthrough of the Wario Land. Super Mario Land game. Or some of the Wario Woods ones and things that they have, like, after the fact. Don't know about Wario, but I know those are rough, tough, I've heard. I think there is one that's supposed to be really tough, but the others, I think, are just kind of fun games. I don't know where they match up in overall difficulty. We are playing a very good shoot-em-up. So, Tonda, welcome in. Tonda, have you seen this? Have you seen Over Horizon on the NES? I was making a list of stuff potentially to play by quickly scanning little clips of things, and I ran across Over Horizon. It's been awesome. I never knew this game existed, and it's fantastic. Seen it? Yes. It's like, imagine Gradius without the option system. Remove that stupid system and just give you the standard sort of, here's a ship, a couple of simple power-ups, here's a good basic speed, here's a good basic gun, and if you want to get a bit stronger weapon, yes, it will remove it if you die, but you don't have to deal with those selectathons and speed-ups. And we're going into a boss of some sort. I don't know. We're on stage 6. We went through this large battle in a mini-boss. We have 4 lives. Let's see how it goes. Never fought him. Never seen what we're about to fight. Don't know how many stages are in this game, but it's been great so far. I own Section Z Universe. Section Z's fun and confusing at the same time. The weird choose up or down gate path. Good and bad. There's a good element to it and a bad element to it. But I do like Section Z. We're about to fight. What the hell is this? Got ourselves. I don't like that. Okay, so that's probably gonna go straight. Nope, that's not straight. So 2 corners straight. Chaos. And a laser beam head. So straight, diagonal. Okay. They usually do patterns on these bosses. And now he's gonna do that chaos one, and then he's gonna do the laser beam right after it. That. Yep. Yep. Okay, we have his pattern down. Oh, wait, no, we have to be up here. Ah, crap. I should have stayed on the bottom. Chaos, laser blast head, straights. Okay, now my opportunity. Oh, that was close. Laser blast head, straights. Chaos. Laser Blast head. Straight, stay down bottom. Okay. Okay. Okay, hopefully, I think I have an idea of what he is now. I hope I don't get hit again. No, no, straights. It's going for straights, that's right. Getting too greedy. No! Ah, crap, I didn't dodge it. Bottom. What the hell? Uh-oh, uh-oh. That's not good. Ah! Wow, okay, this guy... That wall blast, wow. That's a good game. Yeah, that was crazy. That is the hardest boss I've fought in this game. It's not even close. Oh, no. Now we have to get through that stupid middle section again, though. And hopefully get there again. Nope, I'm just gonna die. Now that I've died there, we have to have all our lives. Stage. But I am loving this game, so if anyone is interested in shmups, and even if you're not a great at shmups, this does have unlimited continues. So, granted, things like R-Type do too, but, or at least certain types of R-Type. R-Type 1 on certain ones have limited, but some of them have unlimited continues. But this isn't quite to that insanity level, so it's a little more forgiving than R-Type's version of events. But this feels like an SNES game, is what I've been saying, and it's for the NES. Or it was technically for the Famicom because it was Germany and Japan only. K-Fight looked it up. Which is why we didn't get this awesome game. Great music, great visuals, great mechanics. There were ice stages that had some really cool bouncing and braking mechanics before we got to the stage. And I never thought I'd see them in combination like that. Death is gonna let you down. I will die. Are you kidding? Nope. That's unfortunate. I thought for sure he was dead. Those lives. Beginning part's the easy part. I don't know how many shmups you've done on stream, Ellie, but I would recommend this one over Horizon as a game to play. If you're ever looking for that style of game to play. That and Guardian Legend. Can't go wrong with Guardian Legend. Okay, 2, and you remember, 2, 1, now it's this side and then their left side. I memorized this last time, I'm not sure why I didn't pick up on it. Now, I don't remember that they shoot out a ton of guys on the middle part, though, once I get to it. One up. Into the ship. The great thing is there's no timer. Strawberry! Welcome! How is your day going? Okay, we memorized this guy. He's actually pretty easy. Go down... Oh, wait. Up first. He's gonna do a set middle, top, bottom, middle. This guy just has a ton of life. I did it again. How did I do that? I'm very lost on what I'm doing with these things. How did I push that? Oh, it's if I press both buttons, it does that. Okay. Oh my goodness, no. Well, run is probably done. Already lost my power-ups. Pretty good, how's it going to do? It's going great. Monday was good overall. And playing a fun game that I never even knew existed. You know what, I'm gonna try something here. I already lost my thing. Okay, I can just stay in the bottom corner. And then I can hit him more. Yeah, no, like I said earlier when I was started the basis of the game is very Gradius-esque. It just doesn't have the option select. So it's like, if you wanted to play a Gradius game but didn't want to do that stupid system that they do, just play this game. Because that's literally what it feels like when I'm playing. Go. Let's see if I can get through this section with limited weapons. Probably not, but it would be nice. Ah, crap, they shot. Well, my hopes are dwindling now. Should honestly probably just restart, but I want to see how far I can get. See if I can, don't even fight him. I don't play that many shoot-em-ups because the recent ones have been bullet hell, but I have played a few. I like bullet hells as, and normal shmups. I just like things that preferably are either roguelike, because there's like a few roguelike ones where you can't die, or they're limited continue checkpoint ones. It feels better when that's like that. Okay, now the annoying part. Let's try and memorize this part. Okay. I think I can just go up here, maybe. Nope, they keep homing. Okay. Gonna 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 4, 2, 2, 3. 4, 2, 2, 3. 4, 2, 2, 3. 4, 2, 2, 3. Also, welcome in, Galley. How is your Monday going? All blends the background almost completely when you weren't talking. Yeah. Yeah, that happens. Ooh, we got it. I just need to kill this guy. I have an extra life. Ooh. eventually, once I'm done the avatar, I haven't really worked on it in a while. It will show up all the time. But I might have like a dark version, and I'll have a way of like using a command in chat that maybe will like hint at the old style of avatar once I get through to it. I'm popping out in the shadows, scaring peeps. That's how we do it here. Top was... Do I want to try bottom? Maybe there's a... No, I think I'm going to go with top again. I should try bottom, but I don't need it to get to the boss, so... I think I'm just going to stick with the method that I know works. You know, I just realized something on the boss. Gonna try it, I think, at one point. I might be able to hit him with my little helpers here if I don't lose them quickly. If I do that, but the arm's not there, I might be able to hit him. No, Section Z and yeah, Nemesis is the name for one of the games in the series. I forget which one was for which version. And he's laser. Oh no. Okay, I can't run into that. I wanted to try it. Oh well. Nope, that's straight. Okay, I'm safe in the middle. No, I'm not. I'm kind of safe in the middle if I quickly move. Oh boy. Stage 6 has a little bit of challenge to it. It's Gradius 2? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I forget, I just couldn't remember which one it was. But yeah, so Gradius 2 is the other name. Nemesis is the other name for Gradius 2, rather. And they are the same, just different versions. There's a Thunder Force is a series. I haven't played the Thunder Force games, so I'll definitely have to give some of them a shot. I think 4 and 5 and maybe one called AC looked pretty cool from what I've seen, what little I've seen. I think 3 looked okay. The first 2, from what little I've seen, seem kind of rough. Oh, Thunder Spirits? Yeah, I've heard of that. I don't remember what that one looks like in my head at all. Decent, not too hard. I mean, I've played everything from super hard ones to super easy ones. I mostly hope for games that I feel like are good. It's like on the super easy end, there's Android Assault. That's an amazing game for. It's on Sega CD. In Japan, it's Revenge of Bariarm. There, yeah, down first. I can just stay in the corner here, it looked like last time, to get some extra hits in. You know, I could probably stay in the top left now that I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna try a top here too. That was not as safe. I'm just gonna be a little safe. Hey, there's nothing wrong with being old. Why did I do that again? But it was safe again. It was the same place. Always appreciate the follows. I do that right? Okay, I did. Krabby is down. Strange, like there's a lot of crab bosses in this game. Like we fought like 3 of them, I think. Now. There we go, full upgrade. What the? Really? Just tapping it with the front that close? Well, that sucked. Now I'm not full anymore. That was none. And it's going to hell. That quickly. If I lose one more life, I'm just going to kill myself because I... Yep, just going to kill myself. Not a chance on that boss, that final... Whatever this stage is. The final boss is stage 6. I mean, I suppose it could be an extra boss on stage 6 before stage 7. Well, I shouldn't say before stage 7, because I actually don't know how many stages are, so it's possible that the final boss of stage 6 has an extra boss and is the end boss, or it could just be the end boss, or something. I guess at that. Could be. Because he actually is a lot harder than the other ones, now I'm thinking about it. He could be. And this stage is a lot harder than the other ones, so... You know what? I'm gonna take a guess here. I'm gonna take a guess that that's the last boss. I'm probably wrong. My intuition has not let me down, though. I've taken a guess on many a last boss just based on how I feel about them. And I think I'm right. Star Trek ship vibes? Mixer? Play this. It's Gradius without the stupid option system. I'm not joking. It's a game we never got. And welcome in. Hopefully Monday has been going great. Today they have 3 hits. You're right. But all your hatred of Gradius style games will go away with this game just because it uses a normal power-up system. It uses a normal power-up system. And it has some little cool transitions. Yes, definitely. Awesome. I never thought I'd find a game like this on the NES. Like, Guardian Legend is really good, but has kind of the same roughness sometimes that you... Wait, what am I doing? I'm doing it wrong. That you would expect with, like, sprites disappearing, but this it feels like an SNES game with how smooth it is, and the action and everything. It's phenomenal. If this was safe last time, I think, yeah, I think as long as I stay in the top corner, I'm safe. I didn't try it on this version, but I think it is. Okay. Yeah, I think top corner is safe. Except for this shot here. Yeah, it's safe. Helldog, welcome in. How's your Monday going? Star Fox is a shoot 'em up. It's just it's a rail shooter version of a shoot 'em up. But it does count. And Star Fox is good. I love Star Fox 64 a lot. The SNES one's a little rough because of its slowdown factor. Doesn't have the frames really to handle the sort of speed of the game, I would say. Like the music, the visuals, everything about this, I have been loving. The bosses, there's enough challenge to it that's not just a gimme. There's infinite, each stage has continues. You have limited lives per stages, but if you get to a new stage, you get a checkpoint. Oh, why did you do that? Why did I had to go? Well, only one life lost. Forgot about that. I just need to get my power-ups back. Just need to get them back. Beaten every star. Wow, so like all those, the new ones on, I think they had a GameCube one, and I think they had a DS or something one, and then there was a fifth one, right? Yeah, the continues with this each stage. So think R-Type. You only have limited lives per stage, but you can keep doing the stage over and over again. Okay, so 4, and then it's going to be 2, and then it's going to be 2, and then 3. I unfortunately missed a power-up somewhere. Oh, maybe I didn't. Maybe I can get to full. Paulo, welcome in. How's Monday going? Yeah. Perfect. In fact, I would call it like a perfectly balanced game. And you can even do that. Kind of like open up. It gives you enough challenge with the limited lives it gives you in a stage. And then for the unlimited continues once you make a new stage that it doesn't feel cheap. It's just awesome. Like every design decision on this game has been awesome. And normally games like this I would have heard about, would have known about them. Whenever I see like a new awesome game, and I'm just sad that we didn't get it. This was another game. We did not get this in the US mixer. It was apparently, K-Fight looked it up, it's Japan and Germany. We didn't, for some reason, I guess. I think I'm gonna stick with the top. I don't understand. The top goes to the boss, the bottom, maybe it goes to a different boss. I don't know. Maybe it goes to the beginning of the level? I don't want to trust it. I know this section, so I'm just gonna stick with it. Beat Star Fox Adventures and you did like Assault. Nice. I mean, as long as you're having fun, like, don't ever let anyone say that you're not having fun with the game. If you like a game and most people don't, or anything like that. You know, not everyone likes the same things or dislikes the same things. I like Deadly Towers. It's not a great game. It's a mediocre game, but it could have been a great game. Had some unfortunate design decisions with how it handled dungeons and lack of levels and equipment upgrades and how weak you are at the very beginning. But beyond that, like, nothing wrong with Deadly Towers. There we go. Yeah, like, 2 of us have liked Deadly Towers so far, Mixer and I, and we can't convince anyone else. Read your second message, Helldog. Oh, so for about my boxing mindset outside the ring, unfortunate outcome strikes harder to the psyche than a punch to the nose. So, a punch. So yeah, I guess if you're like in a bad state, that's gonna hit harder. Sure, I can see that, Hell Dog. Heading out, Hell Dog? Okay. Have some good sleep. Hope the rest of your night goes well. Yeah, sometimes if I'm like focusing on a boss and enough people send messages, every once in a while I'll miss something. If enough people send them, but beyond that. Okay, this boss has been killing me. What the hell? Okay, those grabby hands has got to go. Now it's the crazy... I messed up again. That's right, that one's straight. It's always the same pattern, except for the arms change position. Need to remember. Now we got crazy pattern, and then laser head, and then straight away, and then shoot out, then shoot out, and then crazy pattern, and laser head, then straight away, and then shoot out. There we go. Shoot out. Crazy pattern. Laser head. And straight. Shoot out. Shoot out number 2. And crazy pattern. And then straight away. Then crazy pattern. Close. Straight away. Almost got it there. Oh, that's thing. Yep, you can switch to this area now. Now the homing and the lasers. Oh boy, I hate this part. I hate this part. I hate this part. I hate this part. Oh. Okay, did that. Probably good for a while. Gross. Oh my goodness. When's he doing the laser blast on his head? There he goes. There we go. Die. No! He normally shoots out something before he does that one. But yeah, exactly, universe. It's like, yeah, some people might dislike Majora's Mask, some people Breath of the Wild. Like me, I personally don't like Breath of the Wild. I know some people do, but I don't like weapon breaking. And the temples all look the same. I'm not a big crafty guy either. Like, I don't like crafting a lot. Simple crafting, okay. But lots of complex, necessary crafting over again isn't sort of my thing. So all 3 attributes mean I don't really like Breath of the Wild. But there's nothing wrong with people who like it. I like open world games. I just don't like Breath of the Wild. Yeah, and Mixer doesn't like Ocarina of Time. Game Station, welcome in. How was your Monday so far? Sir Adventure Island lives with words Adventure Island banned. Yeah, Mixer still likes the first 2. He enjoyed those. Third one just wasn't matching up with him or something. Like the style of gameplay with fast and slow or something like that. It just... he wasn't enjoying it. Yeah, no one likes the Water Temple. Water Temple's where I got stuck the first time I played through that game. Played it the second time, beat it. Water Temple is an abomination that needs to die in a fire, which is funny because of Water Temple. Yeah, it's a fair fight, tough fight. It's that second layer of the fight that's more my problem at the moment. I just need to... I kind of figured it out there, where I have to bait him. It's when he does that head laser that I lose track, because I always have to be aware. But it looks like he does that only once every... maybe I have to count the seconds. See how many seconds. That way I'll know when it's coming in. If I know when it's coming in, I can dodge it. Then I don't have to worry about where he's sending the angles. I just have to do good geometry motions. Bet most people still rage at my 3 favorite NES games. I'm talking controllers thrown at the TV. Now that's one thing, like, some people throw, like, controllers at short... that never really made sense to me. Like, I don't want to break my stuff just because I'm playing a game or angry it apart. But I know that some people do. I think Hilt mentions he's had a couple of those. But it's like, that cost me money. I don't want to pay extra money for that stuff, but you know, different strokes for different folks. Majora's Mask's least favorite Zelda game because of the 3 daytime. Now, the day time limit I actually kind of really liked just because of the quest part of it. Like the... oh, nope, 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 nope. We're dying. Starting that level over. I need those lives for the boss. And the later part of the stage. Can't afford to lose it on the first part of the stage. So no. Yep, grew up with Ninja Gaiden. I love those games. For me, they're not too difficult because I've played them so much. I know I usually when people struggle, sometimes I'll ask them if they need some advice. And they're free to say no. But I always leave that open. Because I know that some people get really stuck on, like, Jacquio in Stage 6. Sometimes at Stage 5 they'll start getting stuck on. But Jacquio is the real... that and the middle level jump before you enter 6-3. And I always try and give people help there if they want it. If they choose to accept it. They don't have to, though. And then I'll just stay silent. But if they need it, always willing to help people there. Honestly, I find... now, what's funny is, some people find 2 the easiest. I actually think 2's the hardest. Like, if I gave myself a refresher, I think I could do a deathless run of 1 and 3 pretty easy. 2, though, I don't know how to do the Deathless Run of 2. Honestly, 1cc seems hard enough for Ninja Gaiden 2. In my head. 3, actually seems super easy. It's just the time limit on this last stage that's a problem there. In one particular jump. Maybe a little with the ice jump on the ice section. That's a little problematic. But 2, I have no idea how to go about it. I'd have to like learn it and learn it and learn it some more, because you just slowly lose your HP and then you get knocked off like either a pit, or if you don't get knocked off a pit, you lose more HP from getting hit. And then you don't get your health back at a lot of checkpoints and you die. Eventually I'll do at least one run of each of the games on stream. But since I always like to play new games on stream, or not necessarily new games, but games I haven't played before, I usually dedicate the vast majority of time to blind runs of games. It's just how I do things here. Oh no, I'm gonna die! Nope, I did not die. Okay. So that was actually a safe spot. I never bothered with Majora's Mask because it looks so much like... It does have an Ocarina-ish feel, Mixer, for Majora's. But it's at the same time, it doesn't. So, the quests with the masks in Majora's Mask with the time system are amazing. I will say that. I really do like that part of Majora's Mask. The town and the areas just outside of town. But the dungeons and then the final run to the end where you need to beat all of the dungeons and go to the final location are not... That's not fun. Part of Majora's. Okay, let's not die here this time. Okay. Wait. Wait. There we go. Okay. Much better. Much better. Let's try to keep this to the end. Let's not die. Let's have all our lives for the boss. All our power-ups. That was close. No, it's the homing things, that's right. It's the homing things first. No! Why? That part right there is like the most annoying part in the stage. You have just enough time to get out of it. Oh well, I can get some power-ups. There we go. Zen Intergalactic Ninja. I've only done 5 minutes of it, but I've seen a little bit of it. And it seems like a good game. I do know that from someone who was playing it, there was a kind of a tough part on a plant area. But it has some of like the Battletoads aspects of different types of stages I saw. I might do that one in the future too. It's probably more like I will eventually play it at some point. But it seems good overall. It's played so far in the most hated one on stream or in my life, because in my life you're gonna get some weird games and it's not gonna make much sense probably. On stream so far, probably if I have to remove rogues because those tend to be made to be hard anyways. So remove rogues, and the hardest game on stream is Ultimate Kicks. Ultimate Kicks was absolutely mind-bogglingly difficult. For a game that you can beat in 15 minutes, of all the short games I played, that one took me 8 hours. And now I know people are saying, 8 hours is not that long. Games like Snake, Rattle, and Roll only took me 4 hours. I'd never played that game. Friday the 13th, that was like 4 hours. Lots of the rare games, 4 hours. That one took twice as long. So for me, Ultimate Kicks, considering how short it is when you win, I don't even know, like, even when I won, it didn't feel like I knew how to win. It just felt like a win. Like I managed to keep my lives long enough, and I kind of learned some of the stages decent enough, and then got a little luck, and was able to pull out a victory. Right, that's up. Wait, what am I doing? Ooh, I thought I was... No! Oh, I died twice. Nope, straight. Need to keep my strategies in order. This guy's not easy. Kind of like trying to eye chat a little bit. Maybe I'll pause it quickly and look at what chat's saying. Good game if you had power downs instead of ups. Fester's Quest has power downs instead of ups. Yeah, so Ultimate Kicks would be the game that I consider the hardest. The second hardest, probably Mazen Saga. Mazen Saga, great game, by the way. Both those games are good, though. With the sound on Ultimate Kicks, you want to turn it off. They don't have music, and they have a really annoying sound. But Mazen Saga, if you play that, awesome beat-em-up, really good beat-em-up. And it did come to the US. Mazen Saga did come to the US. It's based on Mazinger Z, which I also love Mazinger. So that made it doubly awesome. But the bosses in Mazen Saga, you're playing a fighting game when you're not doing the beat-em-up sections. In the beat-em-up section, the guys already hit hard enough, even the basic units. And there's some platforming involved, kind of like Double Dragon, only they're worse platforming. You have limited lives and continues. But the bosses, they read every input you do, and you don't have far-range attacks. They have more range than you, except for the first boss. They have more damage than you. They can block damn near everything you do. They can read your input so they know what you're going to do so that they can hit you. So you're constantly having to jump and block. And then the later bosses can tear off your HP with laser waves as you block. Everything can kind of tear it off a tiny, tiny bit. But they can tear off a ton of your HP. That the last boss will just break you down. And you have to do a boss rush at the end, fighting them all again. Tough. Super tough. But awesome game. So if you want a hard game that's awesome, Mazen Saga. One game for Wii, a little bit away before I broke something. What game was that, Universe? I did stupid. I know that pattern and I messed up. Okay. Want to get to his next phase. I'm scared at the moment because I don't know when he's switching to the next phase. Okay. Use your head laser, so... Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's like 12 seconds. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Yep, it's about 12. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12. That... I'm lost track of time, dang it. Oh, I think I got a plan. Okay, I can kind of bait him to go straight. Okay. Boss down. We have more. Survived a life form. Sin and Punishment Star Successor. Oh, so another game in the Sin and Punishment series? Nice. Yeah, I only ever played some of one of the Sin and Punishment games. Wait, can I control? No. Look at that. I guessed right again. I knew based on how that level felt and how that boss felt. That boss was big and just too strong. Too strong for just an ordinary boss. I knew it. I guessed right again. My instincts were on point. That level and boss. I knew it had to be. Thanks for the GGs, Roy. Thanks for the GGs, Mike. Also, since you kind of did a two-parter there as well, Dragon, thanks for the GGs, Die Hard. Couldn't beat the final boss, cheap garbage. Sometimes they have very high difficulty spikes in games. Like, you'll get to a last level or a last boss, and it will just get 10 times harder. I'm not sure what's better. Like, if they're trying to make something have a certain difficulty level, if easing a person into that, so they know early, or a spike so that they have more fun. I'm not sure what's the better option there. Kind of like this. It was pretty easy throughout the whole game. The level before this got a little bit of a curve, and then that final stage just ramped it up. We spent half our time on this game basically on that final stage. That's what it was. Presented by Hutby. Tried over 100 times. Sometimes you just need to fight it 100 times. If you fight 100 times, there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're okay with it, and you have like a continue or save or something to do it again and again. I mean, at that point, just enjoy it. Like, don't think too much about, man, I'm not winning. Man, I'm not winning. I just want to win. Obviously, that can prey at the back of your head, but just kind of think, you know what? I'm having fun. This just means I get to have more fun with the game. And sometimes that'll put you in the state of mind where you're having so much fun you don't even care, and then eventually you win. Can be a plan. You have to kill before your part. Yeah, timer based. Yeah, those can be a little bit of a struggle because you have to rush damage out. Yeah. But Dragon, to answer the second part, since you also asked what was the most hated one, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein tops the list on my most hated game. Jankfest. It's not the hardest game, mind you. It's a mix of boring, jank awfulness, and just terrible gameplay. It has good cutscenes. I will say that. The cutscenes are good in that game. Some of the visuals, depending on what you're looking at, are also okay. It's gonna go to the main screen, or it's just gonna end right here. What? That's a strange ending. Just gonna... You have won this time, I will be back. And it's not gonna go back to the screen, it's just gonna stay right there.